Farmer friends, here we go again. Today on a route which we have never done. Enjoy the bicycling now. To you, sit back, enjoy. A very tough route, but I don't know the route, and that is the point today. Watch. I have entered in already, you know, with the bicycle. So I'm outside. Here ends the city, you know, here around. And now this way I have to drive until we enter in. That is a route which many people say that is absolutely brutal, that is so steep, that is so tough, the toughest route to drive, and on and on and on. I heard this a lot of times, and you know, I made the King of Steepness, you know, the program King of Steepness with bicycle. And so I want to check out, to have the experience how this is really there. That is a wooden bath, you know, in the woods, to a wooden restaurant in the mountains. You know, there we drive up very high, and then we will see if this is really that steep or not. And so I had to come from here, and now we have to move all again. It's a little bit up, down, and yeah, around 50 minutes I would say. 50 minutes, yeah, and then we started. The restaurant is closed on there, you know, we have it May now, they will open it up, I don't know. And then I'm very surprised, I'm not that fit, you know, this is my first tour now, a really tour. We made the last days the Hungerburg, you know, to the hidden court. We drove, yesterday I drove to my village, you know, also that I did. And some other stuffs, and yeah, we will see how it works out. I have the bicycle again, you know, that is 12 kilo around, but I have a 1 kilo backpack. Yeah, 12.5 around it is. So I have 13.5 kilo, you know. That is how I drive my tours. And King of Steepness is the brutal thing what I have created, you know. And now let's see what the people have told. So tough, so rough, so brutal, this route. I will check it out. Let's do it. So my friends, now we have arrived. And in this village there we have to drive on, and here is a restaurant where I was in with my dad in the early 90s. And there they had the best, you know, Wiener Schnitzel with pommes and with Preiselbeer. I don't know in English. Here it was, watch. These are the traditional buildings. And therein, wow, they were the biggest schnitzel what you could eat back then, you know. And yeah, that I remember. And from here we have to drive on. It was not 50 minutes, you know. You see, I have no watch. You know. My smartphone is in the backpack. I only need it if something happens that I can phone, you know. And I have no board computer, no nothing, you know. Completely uninteresting to me. So if you don't know me and are new, because, you know, I'm a street baller. And normally I only like to travel to places with my bike where I can play street ball, and that is a route where you only drive up to sit in a restaurant, drink something and drive downwards, and that is not my style, and that is why I never drove there. But we have to check this out. And you know, I drive the steepest parts normally, and yeah, but you will see here much more. Here it was, you know, that was it. You see, in 1986, I was in 1992, 1991, 1990, and that was cool, you know. Here they cook it, you see, big kitchen. I will not see in now. And here with the church, you know. When you are from here, you know where we are. And now this village is called Tauer, and now we move to the Taurer Alm. I don't know if it is possible. I have read now a lot. That is the good things nowadays. You can check out all the things. The way is open, I think. I have seen things, you know, there are mountain bike races, you know, where they drive up who is the fastest. I have seen a bit, but I don't know the way, you know. But I think you will come on there. You know, my goal is not to go down from the bicycle. How fast I am does not interest me now. I will see if I can do it by once, and then I will tell you my honest opinion. If this was tough, if it was not that tough, you know, but that we will see. Now I go forward, I will check out where the entrance is. and then we do it. So my friends, now we will enter in. I don't know if it is the right way, but here these are the traditional houses, you see. And from here on we will move in. Oh wait, I have to make my pant. Wait that we have this, because then I will not go down from the bicycle. So I have a training span on, you know. I have no race cycling clothes. I drive with basketball shoes, and if you don't know my videos, I drive long boards. Yeah, last year I drove all with click pedals, but with normal basketball shoes, you know, and I drove to Italy. So, but now we started, and I'm very excited about this tour, you know, because the people told me really that is the most brutal, tough route and this and that, you know. And the problem is, well, wait, my band, once again, it's not, but there are many cars, you know. Shit. Wait, I have so many cars. What is this, you know? That is unbelievable. My pants, you know? That has to fit right, that I feel comfortable when I drive. Now I have it. So enjoy now. One, another one. Yeah, now it is better. So from here I think it has to be. I've seen from the Purna, from the restaurant up there, and then we enter in. The difference is this will be no asphalt. That will be stone, you know, fine, smooth stone ground. And then we will see, you know. And you know, they told me so steep or brutal of all those wooden things, so tough, you know. And that is the thing, we will check it out. And the problem is nowadays people, you know, they only watch to the apps, this Komoot and Strava, and only what is in there, that rules, you know. But I drive routes which are not in there, because, you know, it is steep, you know. That is a bit steep. And, you know, they don't know me. This is the thing. Because they think, yeah, I'm a hobby driver. Yeah, that is what I am. But they don't know those ways where I drive, you know. Those steep parts. So they don't have a feeling what I'm doing, you know. And they only watch to the apps. Yeah, but that is a steep street, you know. That is really steep. I hope I'm right. And I'm not that fit right now, because I was 10 weeks out of training, and now a few days, you know, I was walking 3 weeks now, walking. Last time we made a few trainings, and then we will see, you know. Yeah, that is steep. The weather, it will start to rain, you know, but in 2-3 hours, so I hope we do it. Very nice. Yeah, and then the thing is, can I film on those stones, you know? That is the problem, because slippery. Yeah, steeper street, but still possible, you know. Nothing with lean forward, but really steep. That is nice, the blue house. Whew. Entrance. Yeah, it goes on. It's a lot of strategy, you know. When you know the route, when you don't know a route, control it, you know, with the briefing and watch out, then you see it. Nice view. Well, here is smell eating. Someone burns a food here in the fresh air, you know. Boah, what comes? I saw the bus, no car. Hello. Boah, now I'm excited what view we get. Here I never drove, you know, I think. Here I never was on that height of this village. Completely new to me. Yeah, nice. Here is more flat. You see? But now, yeah, that goes on. That is what I like, you know. And you see, upwards. And those guys who told me that, you know, you never know. Are these people who drive once a week, once in 2 weeks, you know, or make sport 1 day in a week, whatever. So it's always difficult, but you can read a bit. It is given out as heavy, you know. That is for sure a tough route, but the thing is, you know, where I drive King of Steepness, I made a video once in my village, you know. I got a few thumbs down where I said, there in my village I have it all to get super fit, you know. And what I can do in my village to train with bicycle, I have no fear of nothing, you know. Because there we have it really all. We have the same steepness like Höttinger Höll. I have the woods where it is so steep that you fall backwards, you know. And there I trained all things. We have all routes in the woods, in the street, and then you fear nothing. Or in other words, you know, you can do every other part, you know. And where I drive the steepest streets. The difference is this is now a way which is here I think I know it from a video, that is long, you know, but also that, you know, we have done. But I'm not interested now how fast or this, you know, because I don't drive races, you know. I'm not interested in competition, you know. That is nothing what I like. Yeah, here we are right, I think. But it's a cool way to drive. You see, I have my camera in my hand. I have to drive with one hand. That is all about, but still relaxing. Nothing what... Yeah, you see, it goes on. Nothing what fears me until now. And then we will see. But it is not that warm today. Maybe 20 degrees. I would have loved if it would have 30 again. But it is what it is. And then we check it out, you know. And you know, also the longer streets which we made as well to the VIB Ridge Corper. That is a shit round, you know. So to Seefeld, you know. That was over Mösande, but a stupid round, you know, the extra round, and there you also drive very long, you know. But now after 10 weeks, those few 3 days now what I trained, I still feel it in my legs, you know, from the last days. We made the Hungerburg. I drove a few steep parts, you know, on the other side, which are, I don't know, 30%, and we have measured out the Höttinger Höll. And I have proven it that it is not the steepest, you know. And yeah, yesterday to my village, it's also upwards. I didn't film it, but that is what I like, you know. And with that bike, you know, it's 12 kilo 5 around. My backpack 1 kilo means 1 kilo lighter than the other bike, and it runs more fine than the other one. The other one is damaged, you know, 30 years old. So now we have to watch out where we have to drive. Servus. But until now, very relaxing, very cool. What was the toughest round, single round last year or this year in winter? So, okay, left. Yeah, we are right. Oh, now the stones begins. That is complete other than asphalt, you know. We are asphalt drivers. And that is now the question with the camera. And that is completely different to my style of training. Because I never drive those stones, you know. I don't like them. Because slippery. You know, I like real asphalt where you can show if you have the power or not. And here, you see, they have to always be quick. I have no helmet. And that is, I don't want to slip out. That is not fine now. But a little bit shaking. You know, I cannot bring on my hand here. Then it shakes. So I have to make all this with one hand. But yeah, we will see. And here you lose a lot of energy, you know, from the wheels because you have no asphalt. That is unused to me, you know. Then yeah, we will see. Nothing what fears me. But the heaviest thing was last year, not this year. When we drove 6 hours, only the steepest parts. And after 6 hours, the Höttinger Höll, the extended one, after 6 hours, and we made it. That was so brutal. That was, wow. You know, normally drive up 5 times the Höttinger Höll in a row, no problem. And here also, you know, when you drive down, I'm careful. Brakes are not the best, you know. And with one hand, always be careful. But yeah, nice. Nothing difficult until now. Heavy but not difficult. And here, you know, now I don't want to make click this because with one hand, you know, I watch out. Yeah. But we have seen a few people here again. That is always a good sign because then you know there are people there and you're not alone like in winter. That is the thing, you know. In winter we were alone. Hello. Hello. So. Here we can go up a bit. That is not that tough. Yeah, I've read that it is a heavy, difficult part at the beginning. They have written, you know, don't be afraid. But that was not frightening me now. Yeah, and now we move on. But good for the GoPro, the weather is not too hot. So the overheating problem will not be there. Yeah. I don't know how long this is, you know. I cannot say you, but yeah, that is shit, you know. I don't like when you always slip out, you know. My wheels are 30 years old. 30 years old, you know, around that time. Yeah, you have, you know, I have, you have to take both hands because it's slippery, you know. And here you lose, that is now tricky, you know, but not from the strength, only because you slip always out with the wheel, you know. So you see, left it goes down, and so I will bring on my hand sometimes on my, you see, slippery. That is why I don't like it. It's a good training, but that is more coordination, balance thing, you know, and not the real strength. Here it was closed, I think you have seen. In winter maybe they close it, I don't know. But here I never moved up, no one in my life. Never, you know. Whew. It is not difficult, you know, now. But you feel that you loosen the traction in the wheel. Yeah, here it is a bit steeper. Oh, now cyclists come. Hallo.
Hallo.
Wie lange fährt man denn da auch jetzt zur Taucheralm ungefähr? Ah, das geht. Ja, super, danke. Ciao. So, an hour around they have told me now. Yeah, we will see. Yeah, here it is more steeper. You see that? But here is a house, a doggy again, but the same as we have, a pool. Or, hey, what is there? What do they have here? Festival running. No, what is here? Oh, there are many people. No. Oh, now, slipped out, you know. That is the thing. So you have to watch what is there today. Hallo. Kann man da rauffahren zu Dauralm oder ist das heute gesperrt?
Nein, kommt nicht einfach.
Ja, war da nämlich noch nie. Denkt man, so viele Leute sind.
Nein, das ist erlaubt, da kannst du nicht.
Ah, okay, super, danke. So, we check it out. I don't know where. Hello. So we have to check it out. Hello. Yeah, we check out the picture and we drive on. They have a run here, she told me, you know. So, yeah. Yeah, we will see if you are right or not. So here it is better, you know. That is the thing, that was back in my village. I had also, you know, the steepest parts. You cannot think how steep this was in the woods. And there it was really, when you slept out, you could not move again because it was too steep to start. The e-bike, you know. And the strength would be there, and then it is only a balance act if you can do that, you know. But not, it shows not the endurance or the strength in the legs. Yeah. But we check it out. How it works out, you know. The sleep out was because there were so many stones, not of the strength for endurance. And we see if they're coming runners or not. So we are not alone. Another one with bicycle. Little stones here, you feel that. All the e-bikers, you know. So I go on in a very low thing, because when you don't know the track and it gets slippery, you are better with a lower one, with an easier one, to correct it, you know. But until now, nothing frightening, you know. But we will see, you know. For sure it's tough. I don't know if I can do it now, but I have to make the experience that I can talk, you know. When I tell them king of steepness and they tell me, no, you've never driven to this, and then I can say, well, I have done it, I know it. I have, well, there's the ruin, you see, the ruine. But here we have to be careful. That is why I don't like the trail bikers, because they are so fast and you never know where they have all of those routes, and they are coming with a speed which you are not used to, you know. Here the cows, I try to hold it as smooth as possible, but sometimes I have to bring on my left hand on the bicycle, you know. All e-bikers, e-bike, you know. That is also a part, you know. But we check it out, you know. Hello. E-bike. You know, I think, hey, there are cool stairs, you see them. Wow, you will not see it now, but I see them. Yeah, a few only. But nice here, you know. Cows. I'm not afraid of cows. They are so friendly and so nice. You know, the nicest animals what I know are cows. So here I can drive a bit faster, you know, but with one hand it's not that easy because always the tension. But here you see the difference. I can bend my elbow. With the other one I was always this with the fingers, and that is why I got hurt in the elbow. Here it is more relaxing. And the e-bikers, you know, that is the thing. When they are young and fresh with 20 years, 25, why do you not drive up with a normal bike? When you are healthy, then you cannot be proud of a steep part when you say you have done it with a motor, you know. That is something there I have no respect when you are a healthy person. But on the other side it is good for people when they don't have, when they are not allowed with the heartbeat to go that up and they are older, then they can drive. Or people who don't like to make sports much, then they also can drive those routes. But the thing is, people lose the respect of a mountain, because same when they climb, you know, in the Mount Everest, there are people on who have never climbed a mountain, and then there is no much respect what can happen, or from the what people bring with their fitness, you know, other ones, then there is no respect, you know. So, but here very easy, you know. So we go on a bit more faster, but always, you know, you lose so much energy on those stones. I'm the only one with the 30-year-old bicycle. And here you also, you never know if one is a champion, you know, maybe there comes the world champion, because they all have the race t-shirts. They all look the same, you know. If this is one who drives only once a month, or the world champion, they all look the same, you know. Yeah. But we will see. Now I have talked the whole time. It also costs energy. But we will see all of that. Now I will not talk that much, you know. Save a bit energy. Hello. Oh, now the sun comes out. That is nice. That is how I like it, you know, when it gets more warm and the sun burns down. That is great. So here it goes a little bit downwards. I only know that the last part, where to drive now. Here is only a place to relax. Here you come also. There I think I know from where you come. But here it is closed, no. Shit, we have wrong. That is for sure the wrong track. And here it is closed. This route, I think. Now I had to go down from the bicycle because I don't know the way. Here are the runners. These are the runners, you see? Wait. Oh, my brakes are not the best. Now we are under the runners. In front. Yeah, but then we know the route, you know. Yeah, we check it out. But until now, hard entrance, yeah. But nothing from the toughest what I have driven, you know. And here it is like at my village, you know, straight, little bit upwards. And we hope that the camera goes. If it goes out, then I will put in a new echo. But you know, now I have my hand on the bicycle. Now I have it away. I think you see that a bit, even if the GoPro has a good stabilization. But yeah, no problem with the allergy right now, and so I can try it out. And we are not alone. Normally where I drive I'm always alone because it is too steep for most of the people. Because mountain bikers don't drive there on the street, and And the race cyclers are not used up to such steep parts, you know. They drive more longer routes, but not the steepest asphalt routes. So very relaxing here. Yeah, but nice track. Relaxing, you know. I can understand why people drive here, but to me, you know, personally, there is no street boycott on. I would only go if there's a street boycott. I'm street boiler, street boy number 1 to me, and that is why I drive my whole route only to street boycotts. Yeah, now good, we see where they run. Then I think this is the right track. That is always nice. But one time, when I was very young in my village, you see, they're all different tracks. I didn't find back, you know, but then it got dark. Hello. And I didn't know where to drive back then, you know. I was completely unorientated and no light, you know. But I drove over 74 was the fastest back then. No helm, very dangerous with 12 years. There I always drove asphalt and those wood things. I've shown you the route, but here you see all those stones. There I don't drive fast, you know, because no helmet. Could drive much more faster, but you know, I slept out a lot of times back then, and that is why I don't do it because I have the feeling for that, you know. But very relaxing, you know. Good air, really cool. I like it, you know. I really like it. And, you know, to me the heartbeat does not interest me. The distance, how steep. Anyway, I know how steep against other parts, you know, from my feeling. We have measured it out with a smartphone, the numbers, but if they are correct, not uninteresting. And the heartbeat, to me, you know, in the 90s I had it also, the watch, and I always checked it out and this and that, until I recognized it brings you almost nothing, you know. Completely uninteresting, because imagine that, drink a coffee in the morning, you will have another heartbeat if you would not drink it. If you have stress or less sleep, your heartbeat will be up more, you know, completely uninteresting. But very relaxing now, only straight and upwards, downwards. That is the right thing. I talk too much, you know. You have to be more quiet. They have a race here. Unrespectful when I talk all the time. So we are more quiet now, you know, that they can concentrate for their run. But nice. A lot of stones, you know. Oh. Shaking. Now it is better. Hey, it goes down again. That is relaxing. Boy, it goes really down. Now I have to be more careful, you know, my brakes. Only the back brakes what I use now. Shit. Now they will run against me because I'm very, very slow, that I don't slip out, you know. No helmet, you know. Dangerous. Oh, where are we now here? More stones coming. More stones, no. Only that small part, you know, river or such a thing. Normally, I don't know. Oh, but now, oh, you see that? Slippery. Now it is better. Yeah, but until now, a nice track. Now it is relaxing, you know. A few stones here. Oh, downwards again, you know. So we have to move this back. But here it is a bit better, you know, with the brakes. But I have to bring on my hand on the bicycle. That we have control, you know. But I like that, to check out new things, you know. But I cannot show you now the front thing. I have to bring on my brake because it goes downwards, you know. Here it is better, you see. There are not that many stones. Well, now I have a too light thing in, but I let it. It's now relaxing, you know. Here you can relax. I thought that all only goes upwards, you know, not downwards. That only goes downwards. What is that? Now people are coming. Aber now Forststraße. Are we right here? Wait. That is steep, you know. Now we have to check out from the. Oh, wait, I have to bring on my hand completely. Ah, the stones. Lean forward, lean forward. Oh. No, shit. That is slippery, you know. That is the thing, you know. Because of the stones, there I don't have the balance now, you know. Because I'm not used up to that. But from the steepness, that would be go very good, you know. Steep, but okay. But too slippery now with the one hand and the camera in the hand. And oh, now we have a nice view. Here it is better to drive again.
Passt alles.
Das ist ein führiges Rad.
Bitte?
Ein führiges Rad, ja, perfekt.
Wow. I have to, wow. You know, I slept out a few times back then, so I'm careful. But and even with no head, wow, shaking now. But I have to bring on my other hand. Watch a bit. You see that? Very nice, but now shaking. That is why I love the street more to film, you know. But so now we can show a bit more. Now it is smooth. Wow, nice view, you know. That is pretty amazing. I like it. But you know now that steepness what was here, that is because of the stones. It is so slippery that you cannot do it. Normally with asphalt you do it easily, you know. But so I bring on my hand because that costs a lot of energy, you know, with one hand. And you always have to control it. Because you see it is shaking. competition, you know. But I don't know if we are right, you know. I have no idea. Or if this is a other thing. I didn't watch out now. But I have time, you know. No stress today. But loud noise now. It's the question now, where to go. No, we are wrong. There is Taura Alm is right. No, shit. Scheiße, we are wrong. No, ma. That is the thing now. So where to drive now? We may complete the wrong track. No. Shit. That is why I don't like it in the woods, because you never know where to come, you know. What a shit thing. But where do they run? Scheiße. We are completely wrong. But here I don't drive, there's too much noise to me. So we have to make all backwards now. No. That is shit now. Mamma mia. You see? That is the frustrating part, because then you have to go down from the bicycle, you have to watch, you know. You see now the other side. What a stupid thing, you know. All back again. No. Mamma mia. Shit. You see here, Taura Alm right. We made all wrong here. This is a shit thing. You know what? I drive now all back with my hand and then we see us again. So my friends, only this small dul where the green field was, I think here we have to go. That we haven't seen. I was going with the runners. I thought they run up there. But now we have to come in. The stone was slippery. And this way now, I think. Now we are right. They run the other route, you know. I thought, you know, I didn't thought about it. Thought they run for sure there, but no. But that is stones, you know. You see that? That is tricky. With one hand, also with two it goes, but not a good way now. With the camera shaking then, you know. Now I have my hand off the thing. One hand only. Here come stones, but we will see that. But until now it was not that difficult, you know. So many stones, you see that? Maybe it gets better. Wow. One time I had it at all animals. I was going into a, I don't know, in a hole, and then all animals attacked me. Here it is deeper, yeah. With one hand, stupid. Yeah. I cannot show you now with one hand. Slippery, you know. But where goes this It's always more worse now. Stones, stones, stones. Wow, wait. Here you can crush with your eye, you know. Wow, what is that? That is for sure not the right way. Or it is nothing anymore. That is not the right way. That is for sure a shortening track. There is... No, there I don't go. You see how small this becomes? That is for sure not the right way, I tell you that. Because here, you know, when normally there is a normal, like in that size, a way up, you know. And this is for sure not, because I have not seen that on camera. And here you get all those Tekken, you know. When you are always in these green things then with your band, I am not vaccinated for that, man. We go down, drive all back and watch where the normal entrance is, because that is for sure not. There I was too often in the woods that I know that. But, strange. Then you see, you slip out so quick and then the fall is not good, you know. When there are stones to the head, I'm not interested in that, you know. So I drive it up, but I walk it down. The walk down is more difficult to me, because there you slip out much more. Yeah, we have to check out where this right track is, because that I cannot imagine. And that is, I don't go even if it's the right track. When I see you have to pass such small passages where you can get the tech, and I'm not interested, you know. But yeah, I have no idea. I have seen a little bit of this race, you know, on video, but there they didn't cross such a small tool, you know. Yeah, and you on the other way, yeah, we have to find it out, you know. So I will come back when I know more. So my friends, now we have drove now back. Now we try it there, and then we will see what happens. I don't know, you know. All for nothing, but that is the thing why I almost never drive here in the woods. Because this is really, when you don't know it, this is really stupid written on, you know. There were now, I think, 2 shields where it was called, it goes there. You have seen it, then no, a small part. They should write on that is the short track or whatever, you know. And here they should write this is the regular track. Oh, you see the weather. Oh, that becomes dangerous. You see here the rain comes. Because here I drive not down, you know. I'm no helm, stupid to drive fast. Weather comes from there. That's, I think, is the right way now. Stupid, you know. Yeah. The weather comes quick in. They have said light comes. But you see how stupid to drive here, man. No construction here. And no how is it called? The grip, no grip. You lose all your energy, you know. But we try it. But now it makes not that much fun to me, you know. That is not the thing what I like. You need only concentrate that you don't slip out, you see. That is not. Hey, Taura. Forstweg, Kasperlweg, man. What is the right way now? It's steep, but only to watch out, you know. Man, stones again. What a shit thing here. I tell you, I hate this. I hate that so much, I cannot describe it in words. Now it gets really frustrating to me, because that has nothing to do with the power. Stones, 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 stones. They have written fine stones. I saw the normal wooden way to drive up, you know, with fine stones and not such things, you know. Where you only concentrate that you don't slip out. Now the grass again, you know. What a shit. I make now, you know, I go now up because that is stupid, you know. Some like this, yeah, great. But to me, I want to train, you know. You see, even there I slip out, man. Completely other than described. Really fine stones, you know, and not those sharp stones. And then the plants where you get the second, that I always hated in the woods, you know. Such tracks I never drove, you know. Yeah, I did it, but I never liked it. Watch. Completely stupid. Also that animal, what a shit thing, you know. I cannot believe that this is now the right track. That is so stupid to bicycle, really. That is really stupid. Then drive the hardest routes. No, I'm not interested anymore. I turn around, I go down. Messias, I decide then when I know more. But this is, you see, stones, stones, stones. You cannot drive good there. Of course, now you can say, yeah, some love this, it's great, I know that. But to me, you know, I want to train my body. And here it is more balance, to watch out, don't slip out. Also power, because it is steep, but it is a very specific way. And you hear that? When you make races for that, all great, but to me, that is too specific, you know. Then I can drive the steepest streets, which brings me much more. They are steeper, I have to bring in much more work in my legs. Here you have the balance more, but I don't need that balance, you know. It's my own thing, you know. So I move down and then we will see us again. So my friends, now I'm back here at Gasthof Burna restaurant where we were. So now it started to rain in the woods. I was a little bit wet, you know, it started. As I told you, you know, now the rain comes and those stupid apps, these digital things, they say it in 4 o'clock around that time, and now they changed it at 2 point something, you know. And herein, you know, now you don't see it, but there was the bad weather, and they say now until 6 o'clock it will rain. So I will watch out, maybe I drive other route, but now I have no idea where the right track was. Maybe that the runners are running really to this thing where I wanted to drive, you know. I have no idea, and that is the thing why I don't like it there in the woods. You know, I'm really likely in the mountains, but not in those woods, because there, you have seen it, there was no shield how to come to there. There was one shield, here you have to go up, you know. Then I moved there, it was the wrong track. Then I made the other track, where it also was standing, also the wrong track. Yeah, and on the route where they were running, there I watched, and there no one was standing that we would come to that place. So I have no idea where the right track was, and that is something frustrating to me. And the other thing is, but watch to the weather from that side, there it is completely raining. You see that, and lights, and there you don't want to be in the mountains. Yeah, and then you see I have no vibration on. That is stupid. My brakes are really not good. They are 30-year-old, you know, 30-year-old brakes, and that is completely frustrating to drive there by those stones, you know. I have thought fine stones, you know, a normal wooden track with stones where you can drive on, that it would be perfect. But that was completely stupid, you know. Then when you have vibration, you have so much more advantage and good brakes. But you know, that is also, if you would have met me when I was 12, 13, when I drove all this in my mountain, my village, I drove so much with bicycle. And there the same I would have told you in the 90s, you know. In the 90s I would have told you complete the same. Only luck helps you by those steep stone things, you know. If you have luck you can survive it, if you don't have luck you slip off, you know. And that has nothing to do with my style of training. I want to push myself, you know, to my legs. I want that they are burning, that I have to breathe tough. And that is why I drive the steepest streets, because there are no excuses. You can do it or not, you know. That is only those two things. You do it or not. You do it straight, you have the grip, is only your stamina and the strength in your legs, if you can do it or not. There are no excuses. But here, that is luck. That is, even if you have a better grip on the wheels, more vibration, that helps you, you know. But that is an own style if you like those races. But to me, it's not the ideal way. And now to go down was really frustrating, you know. Yeah, now I wasted my time, but it was still a nice track. But I could have gone the other way where I would have a real training. But I will watch it on TV again where they drive, which was the right route. The start point on the street was steep, but nothing what was frightening me, you know, against other parts, what I know. But here I will not come again, because that stone thing, absolutely not mine, you know. There I show you other routes on streets, what I know, which are really steep and long, you know. But that, no, that makes absolutely no fun to me. But yeah, I don't know, here it looks better now. But you know, now that can go so quick in the mountains, and when they say the light comes there, you don't want to be in a mountain with such a thing. So the best option now is to go home. I've thought to make a route which I know, where you have a street which is really, really tough, long, is on that side of the area of the mountains, which I've never shown you. But now that is too stupid, you know. The will is there, I would make it now, but when I have seen now the weather from that side, a complete stupid idea, you know. That I've also learned. Normally I would say, yeah, we go now, but no. Makes no sense, you know. Now the next 7 days they have written in only rain and cold again. So yeah, but it is what it is. I cannot change it, you know. We will see how the weather will become. But that was now, I was really coming here with a lot of pleasure. I was so excited. But what they have told me, you know, that is always the thing. You have to check it out for your own, because they have said so beautiful, board, it is so a nice way to drive and smooth, and absolutely not. That part what I have seen now, absolutely not, you know. That made no fun at the end, completely no fun to me. Yeah, and here the rain comes. But you see in there, yeah, you can't forget it. That is now over. You know, I want to drive, so now I want to push myself, and now I couldn't push myself, and that is the thing what I don't like. There was nothing pushing to me now. But now there is no other thing what we could do, because the rain will come. What shall I do, you know? What shall I do? The will is there, but there are no ways what I could make now, you know. Yeah, we end the show here. It was also a nice experience, you know. Also those negative experiences are good, because then you know what you don't like or you don't come back. We have seen it also. And then next time we see us at the other place. Until then, bye and ciao.